automakers. It's the only company with an AI that has designed its own AI chip for autonomous driving, taking a leaf from Apple's book.
How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel, and in this video we're going to be talking about Tesla stock. We're going to go over exactly what to expect for Tesla stock for the next few weeks. We're going to be talking about what to watch out for Tesla for tomorrow. We have some important economic data coming out. We also going to be hearing from Cathie Wood what she had to say about Tesla and the association between how Tesla is going right now with Apple. So we're going to be hearing from Cathie Wood in this video too, so make sure you stay tuned. Now let's get right into the video. As you can see, we have Tesla stock today that is sitting at $1,022.37. We're looking super good today. We're up 3.59%. You know, last week we had a significant pullback. We went below $1,000. You know, we had the inflation data that came out, and right now we are looking super bullish right now. So the inflation data, of course, came out as expected. We were expecting around 8.4%. It came out at 8.5% for CPI numbers. So we were expecting that this number to be high, and it came out high, but you know, the market really did not react that much to the data. It was really skeptical, of course, you know, ahead of this announcement. You know, the overall stock market, especially the big tech stocks, were going down, as you can see. But once the data came out, you know, when everything was out in public, you know, eventually we started to recover. So moving forward, you know, when you look at the overall stock market too, you know, we had a phenomenal day today. It was not only Tesla that performed very well. You know, we have big tech companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, you know, that did relatively well. You know, we are going into earnings seasons right now. We have big financial stocks that are reporting earnings today, and as you can see over here, some of them actually down significant, like JP Morgan down 3.22%. You know, so moving ahead, we definitely need to be watching out for how these big tech companies are going to be announcing their earnings and how they're going to be performing, what's going to be their guidance, and etc. Is going to be determining upon how the overall stock market is going to be performing. So moving forward, you know, when you look at, you know, Tesla stock, you know, of course, you know, we are sitting at a very, very important price level, which is above $1,000, and we have some important economic data coming out that can also shift the overall stock market. So we have, you know, initial jobless claims numbers coming out tomorrow. So depending upon how those numbers are, we can see some slight, you know, shift in the overall stock market, either to the upside or the downside. You know, we have been seeing some strong numbers coming out, which is, you know, the initial jobless claims numbers declining. So that is relatively bullish in a way. That's strong for the economy. However, when it comes to interest rates, that is not good, because once the job market is strong, you know, the economy is hot, you know, the Fed can be a little bit more aggressive when it comes to increasing interest rates, and that in turn can potentially affect, you know, the overall stock market, you know, because, you know, increasing interest rates relatively higher than expected can definitely have a downward movement for some big tech stocks like Tesla. So, you know, let's look at exactly, you know, what are some jobless claims, you know, numbers that we're expecting. You know, the report's going to be coming out tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. You know, we have the initial jobless claims are expected to be 172,000. So that's going to be the projected one. So if there's going to be any kind of big surprise, we might see some, you know, increase or decrease of the overall stock market, either to the upside or the downside. So we're definitely going to be on the lookout for that, you know. So now let's talk about, you know, what Cathie Wood had to say about, you know, the association between Tesla and Apple. You know, these are completely two different companies. You know, of course, recently we had, you know, Apple that are showing initiation to get involved into electric vehicles, but the way that Tesla actually is operating right now is similar to how Apple operated in the past. So we're going to be hearing from Cathie what she had to say about the, you know, the similarities between Tesla and also Apple, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to be talking about, of course, you know, what to expect for Tesla stock and what to look out for in the near future. So let's check out this video first.
When it comes down to Tesla, the stock, the company and the stock, we pay a lot of attention to its barriers to entry. And as long as we see those moving up, and they are moving up, whether you're talking about battery technology, it's going to take a long time to catch Tesla. And what I mean by that is the traditional automakers. It's the only company with an AI that has designed its own AI chip for autonomous driving, taking a leaf from Apple's book. Apple was the only company to design a chip for a smartphone, a computer in our pockets or pocketbooks, and change the game.
So really, Emily, the competition in the EV space, the EVs, there's so much interest in EVs. We see it every day here on the Yahoo Finance platform. So many folks interested in tickers like NEO and XPeng. The competition is coming. It's surprising to hear Wood not a little bit more worried about this.
Absolutely. And we should point out, and as many of our viewers know, Cathie Wood and the ARK Innovation Funds and ARK Invest have really been longtime bulls here on Tesla. And they've really continuously drilled down this notion that Tesla does have this wide moat around it, as Cathie Wood was mentioning, those barriers to entry. And I do think that analogy to Apple is an interesting one. The fact that, like Apple with its own chips now, Tesla is the only company with an AI that has its own AI chip for autonomous driving. What's also interesting too is autonomous driving isn't necessarily one of the big things for Tesla right now. Of course, it's just an EV maker that is continuously building out this full self-driving feature. So I think it is going to be interesting in the next couple of years, next couple of decades, to see how autonomy plays out in Tesla's moat as well, and for a number of these other companies that have been working on this space too. Brian.
So as you can see over here, we have Tesla stock today that is performing very well. We're up 3.59%. We are headed into earnings season. We're looking super strong. Of course, Tesla earnings also coming up in April 20. After the market close, we are expected to hear from earnings announcement from Tesla. We have the earnings calls coming out. We have, we're going to be hearing how there's the war between, Russia and Ukraine, how that affected them, and the supply chain issues, how that could potentially affect them in the future. We have their guidance and etc., which is going to be super important to hear what they have to say. But, as we get closer and closer to the earnings call, we might expect some rally to happen, because usually in these big tech companies, if we expect some kind of a more positive earnings to be announced, usually investors are excited about it, and we might actually get a rally as we get closer and closer to the earnings call. Of course, the delivery numbers are also phenomenal for Tesla. It was fantastic. So you might expect, the earnings numbers to also be fantastic too. So what to expect for Tesla? Of course, we are sitting very, very strong above this $1,000 level. And as you can see, the volume is actually going down. Of course, we are approaching holidays. The volume has been decreasing, but Tesla performed very well. As we get closer and closer to the earnings call, we might see some rally to happen with Tesla. And we got, the inflation number that we anticipated for a while. It's on our past now. So what we can expect is for Tesla to just be consolidating above this $1,000 area, and we might see some rally, potential spike, to $1,050 or between $1,000 between these price ranges for the next few days. And we'll see next week as we get closer to the earnings call if we don't have any kind of a surprise when it comes to this economic data that we're going to be getting tomorrow and also next week. We might see just a rally, a slow grind for Tesla stock to the upside. So if we actually get a breakdown, we're holding strong this 1,000 level. We're holding really, really strong this 1,000 level. So definitely keep an eye on it. So that's going to be, the short-term price prediction for a Tesla stock. So let me know in the comments section below, what do you think about, the similarities between Tesla and Apple? Apple has dominated, of course, the the smartphone, the computers, the iPads and etc. It dominated. It's one of the #1 companies in the world right now when it comes to market cap and etc. So just let me know in the comments below. Can Tesla has the potential to be the #1? Of course, right now it is the #1, but can it potentially sustain that level throughout the next decades? I personally believe so too, because these AI, these chips, they can be used, of course, for robotaxi and other important multi-trillion-dollar revenue-generating businesses. So it can definitely be one of those critical game-changing plays that Tesla has when it comes to its competitors. So I'll love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments section below. Of course, if you're new to the channel too, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and if you want free stocks too, check out the links in the description box below. But I catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful day.